Hey, what's up, guys? It's Charles here, and I've decided to make my first ever team preview. And this week I'm gonna be up against Dan. So I'll try not to ramble too much. It's my second time taking this. My first take of this was ended up being like almost 30 minutes because I just rambled way too much. But let's just not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So for the match breakdown, for okay, so I guess to start, left is obviously my team, and then right is Dan's team. So for my definite brings, I have Naganadel, Lipard, Echelon, and Mudsdale. Naganadel has naturally the fastest mon on both sides. On top of that, it just hits his team really hard, and once it starts boosting, he's gonna have his hands full with it. Lipard, I mean, there's nothing really on his team that really stops his prankster. I mean, outside of his purloin, but I mean, yeah. But yeah, just it's a really good matchup overall, I feel. And then Gashadon and Mudsdale are somewhat of a package deal here. With Gashadon just having a really good matchup against its fire types, which I'm overall pretty weak to. It also gives me a redirector for that Primarina, which Mudsdale really loves. And then Mudsdale, I mean, same here as Gashadon, has a good matchup against his fire types. And just really can hit everything on his team pretty hard. I mean, 125 base attack, that's pretty good. But on top of that, it also just really takes a lot of hits from his teams. His best thing to hit it is the Primarina, and next to the Gashadon, it's gonna struggle. And then for his probables, I definitely think he brings Cofagrigus, Primarina, Tornadus, Garchomp. So for Cofagrigus, overall, I don't have a lot of really any good ways to hit it. And that thing can do things like Will-O-Wisp, Mudsdale doesn't like that. I can see it being a really big problem for my team. Primarina, I mean, great matchup. I don't have a lot to deal with water. I mean, aside from Gashadon, but overall, it's just really strong. I've counted a lot of Assault Vest sets, so I think he definitely brings an Assault Vest set. Hopefully. I don't know. And Tornadus kind of going off the idea that Naganadel's the fastest thing on the field and can do a lot of damage. I feel like he kind of needs to bring Tailwind, like a Prankster Tailwind, in order to prevent Naganadel from doing what it wants to do. So I think that's very valuable for him. And then Garchomp just wrecks my team. There's not a lot that really stops this monster. Yeah. For my maybes, I put Krigano, Eldegoss, Aromatisse, Corviknight, and Heatran. So Krigano got exposed, absolutely exposed this week. I mean, honestly, not that anyone really. It was pretty obvious what its role in this team was. But it looks really good for popping at Mudsdale, giving Mudsdale absurd amounts of damage. And on top of that, it also can do things like hit that Primarina with a Freeze Dry and outspeed the Garchomp by 3 base stat. So, pretty solid mon in this matchup. And Eldegoss, good against the Primarina, and Sleep Powder, just be overall toxic. Come on, and on top of that, it's it's immune to Rage Powder, which can come into play. But next up, Aromatisse, and kind of going off the Mudsdale being able to do lots of damage, Aromatisse can set Trick Room, and all while being immune to Taunt. So that Tornadus can't just taunt it. So I think that's really valuable. Corviknight out here has a somewhat 50-50 matchup. I mean, it's got really good matchups against Garchomp and Tangela. But overall, it does have quite a few weaknesses. And if I choose to bring it, it would need to be really careful with it. And next up, Heatran, he's got 2 really strong fire types, and having that immunity is really nice. But for his team, his maybes, well, we got Purloin, Colossal, Arcanine, Copperajah, and Tangela. And you can see I put stars next to both Colossal and Arcanine. That's because I definitely think at least one, if not both, come. It's just a question of which one. So, I put Purloin there. I mean, for a lot of the reasons, I put Liepard in my probable, but I mean, Liepard itself kind of deals with Purloin, and I don't really know how effective it would be on his team against me. But I mean, fire types, obviously great. Both fire types, just great for different reasons. Koparaja, my team looks like it could struggle with it. It counteracts my Trick Room mode pretty well. So I could definitely see that coming. And then Tangela, Rage Powder, annoying. And for my no ways, I just put my electric types. Manectric, I just don't see being able to put the amount of work I want it to. He personally doesn't really have, like, his electric type's Luxray, and I put that no way too. Yeah. And then Heliolisk is on a chopping block on my team, so I just don't want to deal with that. But, yeah, and I put Luxray and Diglett. So, I won't say it, but I know what Diglett, I'm pretty sure I know what Diglett wants to do. And I really just put the death there because I really hope he doesn't bring it, because if he does, it's a problem. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the team preview. So first up, we have Liepard. And this week I'm going to be running Jolly with Obvious Prankster and Focus Sash with 84 HP, max attack, and 172 speed. The speed, I'm pretty sure, is to outspeed Jolly base 95. So the Arcanine and Diglett. And then with moves, U-Turn, Fake Out, Fake Tears, and Charm. Okay, Fake Out's pretty self-explanatory there. Fake Tears helps Naganadel get that damage to get its first kill in. And then Charm is really just there for Garchomp. U-Turn's really cool because it allows me to get chip damage on things. Like I've been doing Calx, I know it can get some pretty nice chip onto Naganadel. I'm sorry, not Naganadel. Garchomp, so that way Naganadel can revenge kill. And yeah, I had something else. I forgot. Well, anyway, so let's go to the next member, which is none other than Naganadel itself, which is going to be Modest with Life Orb and 28 HP, max special attack, and 228 speed, enough speed to outspeed Jolly Garchomp. And I just want as much damage as possible on this. Like, even with this, like, its Calx, like, does a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's an Naganadel. It does a lot. But it just always just misses out. So I just got as much special attack as I can so I can get a minimal amount of chip with my mods and just have this thing get a boost and actually put in a lot of work. And for moveset, we just got pretty standard. Draco, Meteor, Sludge Bomb, Dark Pulse, Protect. Got Dual Stab with Dark Pulse, mainly hitting Cofagrigus. And yeah. Alright, next up we have good old reliable Corviknight. This week I'm running a kind of a heat set. We got Careful Mirror Armor with Protective Pads. So, I'll start with the Protective Pads. He has Garchomp, which has rough skin. My alarm just went off. Okay, anyway, Garchomp has rough skin, and Corviknight really deals with Garchomp really well. And with the Protective Pads, it just helps it beat it in a matchup. On top of that, Cofagrigus gets Mummy, which I believe, if I remember right, if you hit it with a physical move, it gives you the Mummy ability. So Mirror Armor is really kind of good this matchup, because it means he's not getting things like Max Wormwinds for free. He's not intimidating me for free. Overall, he's just not going to be able to lower my stats, which is pretty valuable for this team. And if I can, this allows me to go at the Cofagrigus with an Iron Head, get a potential flinch off on it. That stops a Will-O-Wisp, while like not risking my Mirror Armor. And I just think that's really valuable. Anyway, we have max HP, 84 defense with 172 special defense, with Iron Head, Bulk Up, Roost, Tailwind. Tailwind's there to counteract his own Tailwind from his Thunderous, so that way Naganadel isn't just blatantly getting outsped. Bulk up, boost stats, and just be annoying. And same thing with Roost. This thing is just going to be bulky and annoying. Anyway, next up we have none other than Eldegoss. When we are running Bold Cotton Down with Akaberry. 252, our max attack, max HP, 36 defense, and 220 speed. So, big reason I'm running like this build on it is a lot of it's for Arcanine. With Akaberry, it can take a hit from Arcanine, and then it gets the Cotton Down, which lowers its speed, and you see the base, or see the 108 speed, which is one more than Jolly Arcanine, Jolly base 95. And, so it could just do that, and then it can Sleep Powder after, or after that, it outspeeds, so, like, it doesn't die to it immediately, and it can, like, say, like, Bullet Seed into the Mudsdale, like, and maybe get a Leech Seed off, send the Arcanine to sleep, which is great, and, get a Pollen Puff off into my team. So, just a really nice, supportive, bulky, annoying set, meant to pop off the next member of our team, which is going to be Mudsdale. And we're going to be running Careful Stamina with Weakness Policy. Max HP, 100 attack, and 148 special defense. And the 4 in the other two stats, but that's just, the 4 in the speed, just in case he wants to run something weird with Cofagrigus, like try to outspeed it. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory set, Weakness Policy. It just does a ton of damage. And I decided not to run an attack nature for that reason. Like, doing calcs, like, it doesn't need a whole too much of attack that just one shot, like, literally one shot, like, everything. This thing is really, really powerful. Like, I believe Hunter said, man, Mudsdale the GOAT, like, man, GOAT horse right here, man. GOAT horse. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Gonna be just high horsepower, lash out, body press, protect. Body press to kind of go with the defense boost, just in case I do end up getting my attack lowered, or end up not being able to proc the weakness policy. I'll hopefully have good defense with stamina boost to do a lot of damage with body press. And lash out's really cool. One, because it hits the Cofagrigus, but two, like, I can have the thing next to Mudsdale. Oh my god. Have the thing next to Eldegoss. Something hits the Eldegoss. Cotton Downs, which affects the Mudsdale too. So it's losing speed, so Lash Out's going to be doing a lot of damage then. So hopefully we'll see that come into play, but we'll see. And the last member is none other than Gastrodon. The Chad Gastrodon. Anyway, we're going to be running a bit more of an offensive set. Modest Stormdrade and Rendoberry. I kind of hopped in between Rendoberry and Assault Vest with this set, but I decided Protect was pretty valuable. So yeah, anyway, we're running max HP, 148 special attack, 104 special defense. Basically to allow to take hits from things like Primarina better while still being able to do a decent amount of damage. And we're running a pretty coverage heavy set. Earth Power to deal with his fire types, Sledge Bomb to deal with Primarina, and Ice Beam to deal with Garchomp. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, this team was pretty interesting to build. I ended up settling on a very bulky team because a lot of it's just meant to get a lot of chip damage and having a Gonadel come in and just clean up as much as possible. But yeah, like, his team is really solid. I will say it was very stressful prepping for him, but I think it's going to be an interesting match. So that's really all I got. So thanks for watching. Peace.